I first met Paul and Steve, well actually I met Paul first because he lives in Glastonbury and I live just outside Glastonbury. Knew he was a carpenter and a sculptor and worked in the films. Up at sort of Elstree and Pinewood, worked on films like Tomb Raider and Bond films, Alien, that kind of stuff. And it just seemed to me that it was a really good opportunity for us to not only create a great workspace for ourselves, but actually to create a space that we could put our own stamp on it, if you like, and do something creative.
They came to us with the idea of building a pod. So I quickly sketched out an idea of using the ply and had done an initial drawing of the whole thing. And then that was passed on to Luke, and Luke's embellishment is looking pretty good, I think. I mean, obviously we've worked out between me and Steve how to actually construct the thing and put it together. And that's been a bit of a challenge, but it's been really good fun as well though. It's been really good.
The actual shape of it, the profile that we came to is actually a result of how you would ergonomically design a chair. And the whole pod itself sits in between the account management and the designers. It's like a sort of an area where two sides can meet. Round the back there'll be printers, so it is kind of a hub for the studio. We've got this massive single sheet of copper and the whole thing's been cut out to fit the profile exactly, and we've treated it with acid and water, and then the whole thing's been sealed with beeswax, and it just looks absolutely amazing. And that then, the dots on there contrast with our plywood, which again we're using the linear nature of the plywood. We've got different layers, different profiles of wood, and then over here we've got our lovely burnt oak. When you look at wood from different angles, when the grain travels in different directions, it takes slightly different colours and it uses the light in different ways. And as a result, the grain and the wood will look different. I love it.
About a month we've been on this, and I think it started off a pile of about 600 pieces,
600 pieces, like a big jigsaw puzzle.
Massive jigsaw puzzle, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if you come around the back of it, you'll see how it's put together. Each section is made up of about, I think there's about 80 pieces in each one of
80
these.
pieces each section.
Each one of these, and each section, the whole thing's made up of 6 whole pieces.
Panels, yeah.
6 whole pieces like that, and then it's clad in this ply configuration.
And the configuration works so that from this side, you see the lines in the seat,
yeah.
and then it sort of it pretends that it's on the outside, but obviously we haven't made it.
Illusion, yeah.
Yeah, it's an
It gives the
illusion.
illusion of it. It's completely thick and completely solid.
But each panel is I think there's something like 8 to 9 rods that run all the way through, and it holds it all together and strengthens it up. There's about a month's worth of work left in going up there, installing it.
Marine ply is a very cost-effective material. It's obviously used to build boats. And the lovely thing about marine ply is that it's made up of layers. And what we found was that if you cut that and use the end-on part of it, you actually got this lovely sort of sandwiching effect. But also you could get different laminates which could then be stained and polished and waxed and so forth, to really start bringing out some of the lovely grains that are inherent in this, what is relatively cheap material. And it's enabling us to do things and use materials in creative and interesting ways that actually we just wouldn't be able to afford if we were going through the sort of conventional routes of sort of going to showrooms and choosing really lovely flash furniture. What we're doing is we're actually making our own really lovely flash furniture. So that's really been the sort of principle laying behind the project, if you like.